Poof, we got a great welcome back, everybody, to I Don't Want to Wait.
I'm so excited. I'm
The
McVicar.
I'm Handren Seavey. This is the podcast all about Dawson's Creek. And oh, did we have a fun episode this week?
Everything is coming to where it needs to be. We had to hold off last week on posting or even recording the video because I was in Canada, and getting your COVID test in Canada is a nightmare because you have to get tested like so often. It's kind of crazy.
They're like, did you get it? Did you get it now? How about now? Did you get it now?
That. And I'm so for it, but then if you're Canadian, you land, you have to take a COVID test, and then you have to quarantine until your results are back, which is different. It used to be you had to quarantine 14 days no matter what.
Yeah.
So now you just have to wait for your results. So I wasn't there for 14 days. So then trying to get the test to leave, it's not set up yet that you can take the test within 14 days. And they were like, well, we can't do it unless you haven't been out of the country for 14 days. I was like, I'm not even in the country for 14 days.
And also, we're talking about imaginary lines too. Like COVID is like, oh wait, that's Canada. Can't go in there.
They kept telling me what Canada's trying to do is trying to figure out how many people get it traveling. That's what they're big. That's why they test so often.
Good for them, Canada. Way to go with it.
And they're letting in Americans next week? They're still not even letting in Americans yet. So, unless
I think
quarantine stuff.
I think we should boycott then and just fucking stop going. See how their economy does then. You want to not let us in, Canada?
Possibly better than America. Depends on what you're importing and exporting. Our maple syrup.
We're not talking about
skyrocket.
We're not talking about who's better. We're talking about who can crush the other one.
Right. Okay.
Economically.
Okay. Nice. I like that you added on your specific there at the end.
I mean, militarily too, but in this case, economically, like anytime somebody's look, China can do it to us, but we can do it to Canada.
I just had a chocolate bar, so I'm on Team Canada. Their chocolate bars are so much better. So.
I don't think that's their chocolate.
No, it is. I mean, it originally was from England, sure, but like everything.
None of those places grow chocolate.
That's true. But I'm saying what they sell in Canada is candy they do not sell in America. And the candy in Canada is on point.
And covered in gravy. So would you call this like episode their PSA to mental health, but at the same time going so over the top for what now is everybody?
Yeah, let's cancel Dawson's Creek, everybody. Cancel Dawson's Creek. We got to talk about these characters who need to be canceled. There's no way this episode would fly now. No way.
Well, it's not even about, they are a little weird about it, but also they're like, it's like one of those things, one of those old episodes of like Saved by the Bell or something, where they're like, the one where I'm so excited, I just can't hide it, when she's on, it make it seem like she's on speed and she was just on caffeine pills. There's that type of thing where like with this, so in it, Pacey finds Andy is on medication, which we already knew. She had been trying to hide it, but he finds it and confronts her about it. And it's Xanax, something that I think like 95% of people are on. And they just say it's anxiety. They don't say it's, manic depressive or bipolar or schizophrenia. She just talks about how she has a problem with anxiety. And it's like, that's 90% of fucking teens nowadays.
Oh, now for sure. I was just talking to a school teacher, like a therapist teacher, whatever those, guidance counselor, but therapist thing in school. And she was saying, more kids are anxious now. And I said, okay, do you think that they're actually more anxious, or they're just more comfortable with saying that they're anxious? And she's like,
people are more willing to diagnose anxiety.
She said they're really more anxious because our generation didn't have social media, for one, and people didn't get canceled after saying one bad thing. So there's that kind of anxiety. Like you don't have the luxury of fucking up anymore.
Yeah, dude, I would be. Remember like pantsing? That I'm pretty sure you would get arrested now if you did that in school.
Was it high school or elementary school? Somewhere in that time, a guy grabbed my breast, and we had to both go to the principal's office because somebody tattled, and it wasn't me because I'm not a snitch. And it was a touch that I didn't want, right? It was an unwelcome touch. And we're both
Today, what we might call assault.
yes, and we're both in the principal's office, and nothing happened to either. Like, they were like, "Did he touch your breast?" And I was like, "This, I don't want to talk to you about this." It's weird. I also punched the guy. Like, it's not like we solved the problem, and we are still friends today. Also,
You hear that, guys? Go for it out there.
do it, ladies. Back. No, don't do it. Don't do it. But yeah, like, I don't know. It's like what was tolerated then is definitely not tolerated now.
Oh yeah. We used to pants.
I had no breasts.
Boys and girls alike.
He was fat. He had bigger breasts than me. I just
nice.
That out.
Yeah. But yeah, we would pants boys and girls alike, and it was basically, if you saw, you're like, I am going to be able to get them to their ankles before. It was all about what pants people were wearing. You had to be careful about what you wore just around school.
Make sure you're wearing underwear.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, and then so boxer briefs were not a thing yet, and to wear briefs was, you'd just get made fun. Like, if you got pants and you had fucking whitey tighties on, then you might as well sucked a dick in the lunchroom.
100%.
Yeah. But so you would go, all guys, I mean, I think they have a shot of Dawson wearing boxers like this, but all guys wore loose cotton boxers, and they could so easily be grabbed with the pants when pantsing.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was another terrifying thing.
Insane. Do you hear my cat in the background?
Mm-hmm.
We have him on a diet right now, and he is not happy about it. My cat. He's like, feed.
Well,
the anxiety that is coming from this man.
You want to make it in Hollywood.
Your baby is quieter than my cat right now.
Right now, though, she is staring intensely with a firm fist. We'll get one more shot of her.
Adorable.
Just looking there like she's, see, little threat. Yeah.
Yeah, she's ready to punch a guy if he grabs her. She's ready. I like it. I love. Oh, no, I can't think. Okay.
Babies have that effect on women.
They do. I don't want any, but they're adorable. Okay, so the Dawson's Creek episode starts with Dawson and Joey watching a movie, and they get through it, and he's like, "Look, we can be just friends." And she's like, "You sure this isn't too hard for you? Because I'm still pretty hot." And he's like, No, I'm cool now.
But it's also like, no, it's totally fine. That's why I brought it up immediately.
Yeah, there's like a
yeah, which they get to in later on, and he admits that he's not over and he's never going to be over her, and he's going to keep trying, I guess. But yeah, that whole thing of like, why would they go? It's like movie night. Like, oh, we broke up awkwardly. You kind of broke my heart. You kissed another guy. I kissed a girl. I never told you about that. But it's more important than all of that. Movie night.
Also, what does Jack think about this?
Oh, he's thinking about dick. He's not thinking about this.
But like in a regular relationship, is he like, hey, you can't do that right now. This isn't okay. She spend a night in a guy's, like, so you date a girl, she breaks up with her ex for you, and then she says, I'm gonna go watch a movie in his bedroom, in his bed. It's cool. We've been doing it our whole life. Yes, eventually it led to us making up, but I broke up with him making up.
I think this is showing every woman's fantasy is to be dating a gay guy and then just going over and fucking another guy.
I think this is my dream. I'm kidding. No, I think it's showing that I agree with half of your fantasy. Female fantasy is to be fucking one guy, but still be able to go over to another guy's house, feel super hot and attractive, have him want to touch you, but not. It's the like amazing tease of life.
Yeah, for some reason, I guess it's it's part of that nature of like wanting to be wanted. But women like will want to like continue. It's the friend zone thing. And for the guys who end up in it, I don't know what the fuck they're thinking and why they keep doing it, but it's very obvious. But the women, the mentality of a woman who like purposely does that and keeps dudes around who clearly want to fuck her and she'll never fuck, is it's that's you.
No, I tell everyone I don't want to fuck anybody. That's like my go-to. The worst person.
That's the name of your next special, right?
It should be. I don't want to fuck anybody.
But you know what I mean? Like the mentality of the woman who does that too. But they act like so fucking innocent about it, where they're just like, "What? We're just friends." You're like, "Why are you doing that to him? You know what you're fucking doing. Why are you doing that to him?"
They do know what they're doing to him, 100%. And if they're single, yeah, it's mean. If they're married, not that big.
If who's married?
Both parties.
Both parties. Okay, that's different because that's not friend zoned.
No, because you're already done zoned. You can't be friend. You can't be out of the friend zone ever. Until divorce. Yeah.
Yeah. But the dudes are weak and the women are evil. That's what I feel like in those situations.
I agree.
Evil women taking hold of very weak men.
And I recommend every woman does this that's listening to this. Please do it. Go out and do it. It's our time to give it back.
Yeah, and I think the equivalent is for guys is, you know what, for guys, they still have sex with the person, because the equivalent for guys is a one night stand and you never call them back. Is just using somebody, and they know, and many times in those cases the women know they're about to be used. They're like, I think he likes me, and deep down they really know he does not like you, and you're just gonna fuck and you're never gonna hear from him.
Except for some guys are really smooth and they're fucking really good at telling you what you want to hear. Some guys are really good at that. Most guys are not, but there are guys that are very good at that.
But here's how you spot those guys. It's tough if it's a first time.
Where were you 10 years ago in my life? Why are you telling me this now?
If you, I just think of people in like, say, college or high school or whatever, much like Dawson's Creek. If you saw their greater arc of behavior, who they were as a person, like, oh, they're a very smooth talker, but yet they're with a different girl every week, and then this week it's me, but I'm gonna be here for it. Like, you're like, don't you see, like, no matter how smooth a talker is, look at the past. But a lot of people don't want to do that. A lot of people in this show don't want to do that.
They're sneaky. Oh, the TV show. I thought it was like, why are you talking about me like this? No, yeah, because then the next thing is Joey is painting a naked chick. Dawson comes in and then gets kicked out for being a perv. So there's a lot of great scenes in this episode.
Oh God! And this naked chick that they
auditioned for the part of Joey and didn't get it, I think.
What?
The girl who plays Joey in the movie, the naked chick.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, you think in real life?
Auditioned for the part of Joey and didn't get it.
For the show of Dawson's Creek in real life, and then they have her play Joey in the movie, in the show.
Yes.
Interesting. I recognize her too.
She did have a movie that came out later. I want to say, I don't remember what it was. It was something like
She's All That.
Yeah. Okay.
Freddie Prinze.
Someone jerked.
I can
real fast.
No, maybe, but no. That one was more one. I can name almost every Freddie Prinze Jr. movie. Was big fan of his. Summer Catch. Ooh, great one. But She's All That had him, a very funny Matthew Lillard part where he played a guy who used to be on The Real World and starts dating a high schooler.
I remember.
And Kevin Pollak plays her dad, and they have one of my favorite thing for like a dumb, I mean, kind of dumb. Some of those movies like that, I think like 10 Things I Hate About You, not Freddie Prinze, but of the same era.
Yeah.
Would have actually some really good, like, funny asides and stuff in it that you go like, there was a good comedy writer like involved here, like adding in things here or there. They didn't do the whole
involved. Yeah, and then
or they brought him in at the end. They had a shitty script and they brought in a comic at the end to like add a few things. But for Kevin Pollak, it was he was always watching Jeopardy and answering so quickly the wrong answer.
Yeah, it was fun.
And it was, yeah,
I love it.
Dumb aside.
Next, my cat is listening. His ever loving mind. Next is your favorite part. Xanax.
Oh yeah. So Pacey, what, snooping?
Well, no, she eats the Xanax and then throws the empty bottle in the garbage. And then he goes into the bathroom. They're talking about his butt. And then he sees it in the garbage. And
Oh
then she
yeah.
says it's her mom's. I think that's later she says it's her mom's because he doesn't ask her right away. He just looks at it. And then he
Yeah.
goes to Dawson for advice. And it's like, what do I do? And Dawson's like, just tell her if it bothers you. But it's fucking Xanax. Like, who cares?
That's what I'm talking about. As far as drugs go, I would be more not concerned, but if it was Prozac, I think that's a bigger deal than Xanax.
Heroin.
But pain pills would have been great, and that would have been really ahead of its time.
Let's go. Let's have fun. Right? Like, what?
But also, like, I don't know. It made
Also, her brother died and her dad left. She's allowed a little anxiety when they're like, it's helping me for my mood swings. Yeah, bitch, you got some stuff to work through. That's fine. Like,
but and don't they say in it too, like she said she went to therapy, but they wanted her to stop taking the medication?
she says, yeah, they started putting her on Xanax when her brother died to help her with mood swings. Fair.
Yeah.
Her dad left as well at the same time. Then they said they would like her to start going to therapy and dwindle off. Also, great ideas. Let's do all of these things.
I don't think any therapist has ever told somebody to stop taking medication. I think
Fair. It's because they're making money on the side.
Yeah. But also, yeah, like it's one of those things where I remember seeing this originally, and even originally was on the second run of it. I don't think I saw it when it aired, but thinking like it makes you think Xanax is some crazy strong drug or something, and then you try it and you're like, oh, the thing that just makes everything like okay.
Yeah, it's not that big a deal. Get over yourself.
No.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everyone, go take some Xanax and chill out. Then the next part is Dawson runs into the actress and they have that lovely exchange where she's like, "Oh, you're gonna make your first movie? That's cute." Like she's such a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, she tries real hard to condescend. I mean, she is a great actress in the fact that she is playing a crazy fucking cunt. Like, just when she like goes to so later she ends up auditioning.
When she auditions, she's also a bitch too, because he's like,
Yeah.
"What'd you think of it?" And she's like, "It's droll." And she like uses all these big words and then says, "You write too many big words, bitch. You just used a big word." And then she like, let's say she does want to be an actor when she grows up, and let's say she's auditioning for a guy 2 years younger than her. There's a possibility that he could become something. Why are you burning a bridge? Like, what a terrible thing.
No, to me it was like it was all a defense of like, here's how you get the audition. You go in and you tell them what you want to do. Like,
that's not gonna work.
It seemed like one of those things of like, if you're extremely scared in this moment, what you do is put on a really big fake rubato.
And you're mean. Yeah, well, that's what everyone still does now.
Oh, absolutely. But she, oh yeah. So the other thing too is she's in college, and for some reason she wants to do this high schoolers.
Because he won. That's why.
Yeah, but still,
she's never done anything. She's never done anything. She's lying. She wants to be an actress.
Yeah, that's what it's got to be.
Yeah, she needs a reel. It's like when all the people do Full Sail or whatever that's called, which is like a college, footage stuff. And high schools do it too. And like adults audition for them just so that they have the footage.
Local adult actors. It's sad.
I was probably one of them. I don't know if I was.
I was, but I was cool.
I was a cool old guy. I was. So
no,
cool.
I was at the beginning. I was just out of college, and I stayed in Portland and did theater and some like movie stuff there. But it was all like young artistic scene. We're starting here. We're going on. We're leaving. We're getting out.
Oh, but then
you would sometimes know people, and there are plenty of people that are sweet, and it's their side thing. It's what they do for fun. Is they do community theater, community 48-hour film fest. Those are great. The people who still think they're going to make it at 45 and haven't left a tiny town and somehow they're going to make it from there, those are what's sad.
But now they can.
No, they
You've got
can't.
TikTok,
They can't.
Instagram. You could find your own fame outside of it. You
No,
just
they're
gotta
not
be.
good. That's why
Well,
they couldn't make it in the first place.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
All they're going to do now is find out on a worldwide scale that they're not good.
Anxiety. And then the other part is Grams. Grams is back, everybody. Woo woo. Let's
Coming in
bring
hot.
her back. And she introduces Jen to a lovely boy who carries in her groceries.
Yeah, that was
out with the film.
And what this ends up being too is so weird.
Oh, my mom hated it. So my mom watched this episode with me because I was in Canada. So we're laying in my mom's bed, we're watching it. And then the part where he takes her, they finish the film and he takes her to a party and then they go in and it's a religious thing. My mom is relatively religious. And my mom was like, oh, this is not okay. He made her think that they were going to drink and now she's got to listen to the Bible. She was so mad. She's like, this is not cool, right? We're still using cool. It is not okay. I was like, oh, Mom, we're going to have you on the show with your opinions of Dawson's Creek. Except for I just won't ever be able to chime in about anything I did in high school because I'm still afraid of her.
Also, I don't know. Again, I got to go into the geography, but like, I don't know that there would be that many teenagers at a fucking Bible study on Cape Cod.
I love it. But also, why is there a college student back in Cape Cod and they don't know who she is? She's 2 years older. Isn't there only one school there?
There's no schools there. Well, no, I mean, as far as high schools, you mean?
Well, why is she back in town, right? Just to model naked. But she's in college because she's talking about it because she's got a professor. Which means psychology or something.
The closest, I mean, if she's going to a real school, she's coming from Boston. If she's otherwise, there's like I think Cape Cod Community College, which would be even better if she was like, I'm in college and my professor, and then you find out it's just a community college. And you're like,
I believe this so heartedly that that's what it is.
You think she's just fucking working as a waitress, goes to night school.
She's not working. She's wealthy.
Oh, wealthy people don't go to community college.
They do if they don't want to do anything.
No, they just don't do anything.
That's fair. That's fair. Maybe she only takes that one class from that professor.
You didn't go to college, did you?
No, well, not really. I have my master's in dance, but I didn't really go to school. Yeah. I got a degree.
Like Cosby, one of those honorary ones.
Just like, hey, you're really bendy. Can you explain how to be bendy? Yep, here's your paper. Can you tell me how to do what you do? Yep. All right, here you go. And now I legally could go into a school and teach, which is so dumb. I have, but I was just about to say I would never. I totally do.
I taught improv and to like fifth graders. I have never taken a single improv class. I have never done an improv show.
I love that. Did you lie the whole time? Were you like, back when I did shows, we used to do it like this?
I mean, I was doing comedy. I was a stand-up. I was like, I get funny, and I know what improv is, and I've read.
Just like everyone say, no, it's my way.
Dude, fucking kids are tough to teach improv too. They don't get the whole like yes and like.
I mean, married women don't either, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hang on.
Yes. All right, I'll keep talking. So coming up next, mute yourself and I will talk.
Okay. I'll mute real quick.
All right, everybody. So the next thing that happens in Dawson's Creek is Joey is at work and Jack is there and she's like, Jack, I gotta go help Dawson on this thing. Are you okay if I do this? And Jack's like, yeah, how long do you think we will be there? Which is one of those things that is like, could be a red flag if we didn't know he was going to become gay. Because she says, I'm going to Dawson's Creek to help, not Dawson's Creek, help with the movie. And he's like, I'm coming too. That is where me as Kim would freak out because I don't like when people tell me that they're jumping in on my shit or like, I would be more upset that they were like, yeah, I'll do it with you. That's not cool. The other thing is this chick who I don't remember her name with she's all that chick or whatever Handren was saying. She goes to the restaurant to watch Joey and is looking at her and is trying to mimic her in front of her. That's really bitchy. Really bitchy.
Oh, and crazy. That was where she was
Because
got like
she's
a little
like
weird.
bending her hands in front, like do all that on your own time.
But also this idea of I've seen it with a few in real acting. And people have got like what's his name? Christian Bale in The Big Short.
Mm-hmm.
He played a real guy, and this guy I think was like high functioning autistic and maybe something else, but like he was just one of the only geniuses to like see that the whole financial market was going to collapse. Nobody believed him or anything, and he saw it. Apparently he played him exactly like the guy really is. But here's the thing: nobody knows who that guy is.
Right.
So it doesn't matter how close you are to it. You can just invent a character. You can just act. You don't have to do that. This is what she's doing there. She's like, I'm going to play Joey exactly like Joey. It's like, nobody knows who Joey is. Joey's a fictitious character as far as anybody's
Do you
concerned.
think my mom sounds like that? No, she doesn't. Okay. That's just the mom from Bobby's World. I don't know if you heard me say also, I really hated when she told Jack that she was going to go do the movie. And then Jack said, I'm coming with you. Like that he was going to go too.
Hang on, we want one more.
No worries. Sorry. I feel like I am at my house talking to my husband and he's not listening. It's the story of every female's life. I guess I'll just move on with that thought because it'll never come back again. So then the next thing is Pacey addresses Andy. And Pacey says to Andy, like, what's with these Xanax? And she's like, it's my mom's. And he's like, you don't have to lie to me.
Yeah. And is this where she flips out on him?
No, that's during the filming.
Oh, that's right.
Where so after all this, then the filming starts, right? So then this is a really long episode with how much stuff they put in it.
It did seem, I mean, it was the same time length, but it seemed longer for some reason, cover more
they had
ground
more
than
than
they
three
usually do.
storylines. Yeah, they had so many storylines. Then the film starts and it's all fine. And then the two characters are like, how do we work on our characters? This is why I'm being you. And then she's super bitchy to Joey when she's like, how does it feel to be in love with one guy? But like when she tries to get Joey to be mad.
Oh yeah. Cause how do you get mad? I don't know. That was all just like, and not, I get why they did it, but it was kind of like an unnecessary, like shitty person just to plop in the fucking episode.
And then did you also notice? Oh, go ahead.
With her getting cast in the movie too, would not give me a lot of confidence as an actor if they were like, we start shooting in 2 days and we don't have the lead woman. And I would be like, oh, this movie's gonna do great.
I have definitely done a film like that. I did a scary movie. What was it called? I don't fucking remember. But they had hired a chick. And the only reason I originally didn't get the part was because I wouldn't do topless. And it's a horror movie, so they want to see everyone's tits. And I was like, no, thank you. You're not paying enough because the money was not good. Pay me enough and I'll do it, guys. Anyways, my OnlyFans is starting today. No, I'm kidding. So they started shooting and she was the worst actor that they ended up firing her. And then they called me and were like, could you? And then I went on set that day and started. But I asked for triple my day rate because of it.
Nice.
They had to learn how to do everything on the fly. Like, fuck you. And also, I was mad that they picked her. Fuck you, give me more money.
I quit a horror film because I was supposed to be playing a person who was hanging upside down, being tortured, naked also. I didn't know it was going to be naked until I got there.
Oh, yeah. No, that's illegal.
And then this fucking chick producer like took me aside and was like, so look, here's it, like tried to fucking sweet talk me. And then they picked me because of the trapeze. I'd been doing trapeze and theater at the same time, and they needed me to hang upside down, so they needed somebody who could hang upside down.
Right.
I get there at like 8 a.m.
It's a trapeze open mic where everyone has to do their set upside down.
Yeah,
I would fucking love that.
Yeah, let's do it in a woke room and watch them all fall because there are no muscles. We got there at 8 a.m. and then at 5 or 6, they break for the day and they never got to my scene. And they were like, oh, we didn't get to it today. So we'll just need you to come back tomorrow. And I was like, no. And they're like, well, we're paying you for today and we'll pay you for tomorrow. I was like, you had me today. You said you're going to do this today. You didn't get to it. I'm not coming back. I don't want to be here. Like, I was doing this because you're going to pay and it was going to be one day. And it's like, I'm not giving you another day. And they offered to like triple the money or something. And I was like, no, I don't want to, like,
What's your
I don't
dick?
like you
Yeah.
people already.
Yeah. That's funny. One of the other things that I liked in the filming scenes is I think that they hinted why they're going to kill off Abby. Because
What?
they do as soon as they start filming, Dawson says to Jen, will you step in because Abby's late as usual? Which I was like, oh, maybe the writers wrote that in. Maybe that chick was always late. I'm saying the wrong name, aren't I? It's not Abby.
No, it is.
That's who they kill off, right?
Abby's the one who dies. Yeah. Andy's Pacey's.
Yeah. So they say that she's late again, and she's always late.
So you think that was
a
a nod to her in real life?
Yeah, I think she's probably actually supposed to be either in this episode or in general. She's just always late, and it was their way of like covering why she wasn't in the episode.
You really like to go into the psychology of the writers and stuff, thinking
Yeah.
that this
I
show
like
has
there to
any
be
sort
a real
of like
scandal. A real scandal. Give me it.
Yeah.
It can't just be what it is. There's
And
gotta be more.
It wasn't just Jesus Christ.
Just they didn't want to pay another $2,000 for her for the day or $10,000 or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, or just a random aside that nobody really thought about why it was in there at all.
I thought about it. I thought about it immediately. I was like, oh, they said Abby is late. Oh, they're gonna kill her off.
And they do, but I think it's 3 or 4 more episodes
It's
before
not
they
anytime
get to
soon.
it.
We got to get to
Which
Jack
is funny that
DK.
they've completely cut her out of a couple episodes and then they're like, bring her back just to kill her.
That's true too. I never thought about it that way. I got to look into her life career, figure it out. Maybe she was filming something during it.
Yeah, what else could she?
But she is always late. No, they may not have because her character is always late, like late to the detention, late to class, and she sits down. So maybe it's just like a quick little. Yeah, maybe I'm blowing it up something that's not big. But usually my instincts are right.
Who do you think so far of people that have been on the show, guest stars and who do you think has had the most successful career?
I really hope it's like someone with one line.
Yeah, I would wonder. There's got.
But it's the chick that you thought was hot. That was a cheerleader. It's got to be her.
Yeah, Allie Ladder, but she's fallen off in the past like 10 years. She hasn't really done anything.
The guy who plays Mitch's best friend does a lot of work.
Yeah. I still think it'd be Michelle Williams, though.
Probably.
Yeah.
That makes sense. We all know the name.
Did she win an Oscar? I think so. Cold Mountain, or she played Marilyn Monroe.
Sure. Do you think that the writers in this episode had an easier time, speaking of writers, because all of the dialogue is past dialogue?
What do you mean, past dialogue?
Dawson's movie is like verbatimly same script as what they said the first, like when she took off her makeup. So they really just had to copy and paste stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be if I ever come up with a show, that is a great idea to be like, just we'll film things that happen in the first season, and that way half the script is already written.
Yes, let's just talk about something again.
Maybe this was right around a writer's strike.
Now we're getting into the scandal I want to hear. Let's go. Yes. And then so they shoot the movie, I guess, right? And then Pacey.
Did you think also, having been around sets and stuff, that it was quite a production, considering he had $2,500?
But it was a production of shit that he probably took from school, and his parents are wealthy, and probably so the camera he probably already owned. He probably got as a Christmas gift. The dolly that they have him on is something you could totally make. It was like a makeshift one, so that was like semi-crafty. I think like
and also almost for this movie, you don't really need any dolly shots. It's a bit overboard.
There is no need for no need for a moving shot at all.
Let's bring in a boom, a crane. Well,
but they didn't have gimbals yet. I don't think that were relatively cheap for everybody to have. Now everybody can shoot on a gimbal themselves with their phone, and it's fine.
I don't think you're supposed to call them gimbals anymore.
Gimbals and dongles and gimbals. Why did Apple name that thing a dongle?
They too much IKEA.
I'm gonna use my dongle and my gimbal today.
What is a gimbal? That's
A
the like
gimbal is a
steady
thing
cam.
that's a steady cam, so it's basically a
Yeah.
weighted bottom to keep it even. So you can get one for your phone, you can get one for your regular cam, but now they're like $100. So you could do it
Oh
easily
yeah.
yourself. Um, I don't know. It's just an interesting thing. And then uh Abby, Andy freaks out about the fucking lost jewelry.
Oh yeah, the fucking barrette thing.
What did you call it?
It was a barrette, right?
Ooh, a barrette?
What do you call it?
Barrette.
Yeah, well,
I like a barrette though. It sounds
a
like it's got a
barrette.
beer opener
It's
in
how
it.
it's spelled BAR, not BER.
But I love the idea of a barrette and it just is a beer opener.
It's a female bar.
Everyone, quick, lick Kim's hair. See what happens. There's a lot of alcohol in there. Yeah. So then she freaks out about the barrette not being there, and then Pacey goes over and is like, "You need to calm down. There's something wrong with you. You didn't have
Yeah,
your
which
Xanax today."
always the best way to go about something is to just go tell somebody they're wrong. There's something wrong with them. That generally people, especially who
Are dating.
are you're dating and have mental health issues, the
Mhm.
best way to handle it is to confront them in
Yes.
a stressful situation
Hmm.
and tell them they're wrong.
Yeah, and the only other thing he could have done that would have made it better is ask her to suck his dick right there.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what'll make you feel better? My dick in your
How about a
mouth.
little mellow handy?
And you know what? He wouldn't have been wrong.
It
I
but a medical
just
professional would have gone like, technically that would have helped the
Yeah,
situation. However,
because male sperm have a thing that calm women down,
mm.
which is a weird thing.
But is it?
Chemically, once it's like gone through the female's body, you can't have a condom. It's not going to work. It.
I know that, but I mean, does it work orally too, or is it
I
a
don't.
thing?
Yeah, I would have to like. Yeah, that's. I always assume that it works every way, and it's why there's all the stereotypes of all the different personalities out there. You can tell. You can tell how angsty I am. Okay. Anyways, getting off this dumb topic. Did you just move your baby?
No, she's fine. I'll get her after. No, I'm kidding. It was the baby's out of the room. It was sunglasses.
Yeah. Is she
Um,
asleep yet?
yeah, Anna took her into the other room.
Aw.
Um, yeah. So the production seemed a bit landish to me. Also, it is weird that they are just filming like what just happened a few weeks before, and they're trying to play it off as like it's not like we changed the names, so it's different people. Like how I just want to zoom in on like one of the camera ops or the grip or boom guy and just be like, have them talking and be like, so these two just like fucking broke up last week and now he's making a movie about it? That's kind of fucked up. Like that is so weird. And the fact that Joey just goes along with it and goes and helps and Jack goes and helps on the fucking movie is so fucking weird.
I see what you're saying, but then look at what we do for a living and look at how many comics go on a date and then the next day is like that fucking guy and you know the person in the room.
Yeah, but
Exact same thing.
they don't get a crew.
That's fair. They just do it in front of an audience that
Yeah. They don't get a crew to help them
That's
and
the
it
difference.
would be one thing if these are people out in the world, but they're all in school together.
Yeah.
It's all like we sit in class and then, hey, after class, we're all going to go help Dawson make that movie about how Joey cheated on him.
Didn't really cheat. She just kissed a guy. Make it feel like it's a big deal.
You hear that, Kim's husband?
I make out with everybody. No, please. Nobody make out with me. I'm afraid that if people think that someone will run up to me and make out with me, and I would be petrified.
A run-up makeout is difficult.
The most scary thing too.
It's difficult. Yeah, you're going to hit your teeth most likely.
Still would be very scary.
So they
Yeah, he tells her to calm the fuck down, and she's like, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't need you in my life anymore. Fair. And then the movie,
which I love what she said. She's like, I got my mom, I got homework, I got my dad's gone, and I got you, and I got all these things, and one of them can go, and you're it. It was very, very funny way in such a high anxiety moment to set up a fucking burn.
Yeah, it was good. It was very good. Then they cut to the movie being done. Dawson and that chick, she's like, you might be a good actor or a good director. Good luck. And he's like, you guys did great. Have a good night. I just want to stay here and absorb it. Then Joey and him have his conversation, and she's like, it was hard for me to watch you fucking spill our life out there. Yeah, no shit. And then
because it's really awkward.
yeah, and then he's like, it was so hard for me. I wrote it so that I could get over you, but I can't. And she was like, I can't either. The end.
Also, Dawson, you are destroying any chance of hooking up with any other girl in your school.
Oh, for a while. Yeah.
Because they're like, I'm not gonna
Unless she's
make out with
crazy.
him.
There's some crazy
Make a
bitches
movie
who
about it.
love this. Because
That's
they would
true.
be like, he'll make a movie about me if he falls in love with me.
Yeah, but
Where I won him over. And then what do you think Dawson's gonna do when he finds out Jack's gay? You think he's gonna be like,
sequel?
so it's okay that the ending after the credits, he's like, hold on, let's go back.
No, in they'll show when they show the actor and then the real life person. I'll do that with Jack, but it'll be like, and now he's gay. It'll just say gay. Like, where are they now? Like,
yeah, that'd be yeah. I'm interested in how that works out. But okay, then Pacey is like, how do I get her back? She doesn't like me. There's so many scenes because it cuts to the we talk about timeline. This is the most timeline crazy episode we've ever had. And then he crawls up her window, tells her he loves her, and she's like, okay, you can stay.
Yeah, very Melissa Etheridge.
Keeps telling her, I can take care of you. I need to help you. And she's like, how do you know you can help me? Which is like, what the fuck? Yeah, exactly. How can you help her? It's super weird.
He can't. He comes from a broken home, and this is how he's codependent, is what he is. This is how he feels needed. They both are. She needs to take care of this broken home, which is what he is.
Yeah.
And then he is like, I think he doesn't have a mom. And so I think he's like, I can make her my mom.
Creepy. Why don't they just have sex again? I think it would solve everything. Also, that's why she's so stressed, because you had sex with her and then you took it back.
I know. Yeah. And then you were like, maybe we should wait longer.
It's like proposing to somebody and then saying, yeah, ask me again in a couple of years, or saying no and then trying to keep your relationship together.
I wonder the motivation behind the people that wrote this and like what they were like in high school. Cause it just, for me, it does not relate to high school at all, as far as how you feel about, sex, relationships, and emotion, where like I feel like in high school, most dudes, a lot of girls too, were just fucking filled with hormones and trying to hook up in any way, well, somewhat saving face and looking cool, but at the same time not being cool at all. And this whole high school is just filled with people who like don't want sex and fucking, or like, it's, I don't know, it seems weird.
Yeah, like when Jen walks into that like religious thing in her leather jacket, it's super like a weird like, oh, what if she was wearing like a really hoary outfit? Would he have still taken her?
I would hope so. Jesus did.
Aw, look at you.
But also, can we talk about for a second?
Yes.
Jen's hair has just really taken a terrible turn.
Yes,
this season.
Yes,
I don't know what they were thinking.
I don't think she knew what they were thinking. I think she cut her hair and not by herself.
You think she did this and they're trying to figure it out?
Must have been the style. And then also
it's at like the very end, but it just doesn't look good on her, of like the Meg Ryan.
Yeah, everyone tried to do the Meg Ryan. That's what happened.
Yeah. But she has the hair. She has like
chubby face. It doesn't work for her. Yeah.
And her hair's way too thin and fine. Like, it's not like she's thinning, but she has just very fine hair. Not like, Meg Ryan had like a mop of hair. Like, it was.
Yeah, because Meg Ryan had naturally curly hair. Curly hair is usually thicker.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Grams learns a lesson this episode, that women can do things. What a time to live, she says.
Oh, yeah, because Jen is just telling people to show up on time or some shit.
Flourishing.
But you know what?
Children together doing things.
I was thinking about with this whole movie and like the casting of the Joey character and how, and then they have her mimicking is like, where's I want to see who they cast as Pacey. I want to see who they cast as Jen. I want to see who they cast as Jack. Are these characters not in there?
And where is Joey's baby sister?
The brother.
Brother. Yeah, who becomes a
No,
real life
not
football player in real life. Yeah.
not brother. Nephew.
Oh, yeah, nephew. You're right. It would be nephew. Yeah, it also makes me think, and I don't think they do an episode about this where the premiere of this is.
I don't think this movie comes out.
Because then that chick would come back.
I think is if I not I might be wrong, but I think he like scraps it or something. He's like, I after all, he was like, I shouldn't have done this. This was a bad idea. This is a bad way to deal with.
Then that is the most important lesson that we've learned today. If you spend all your time in something and then after the final product, it's not good, don't post it. Keep it to yourself and trash it.
And probably stop doing that thing. Like this should be the wake up call that Dawson, maybe filmmaking isn't for you.
You can learn from it.
I mean, Dawson's character is loosely based and supposed to become Wes Craven. Mm-hmm. So I think we could all agree he should have just not.
Should have quit. He should have been a comic. Yeah. A really sad comic. I'm super excited for the next episode because we all know what's happening.
We got a 2-parter coming up.
You guys.
Another cliffhanger. This is the second one now. There was one other to be continued.
Does it end in 2BA?
Yeah. Well, it's part 1 and part 2.
Oh, I thought. Well, I think it says to be or not to be, and it's called That Is the Question.
Yeah, but exit full screen. I think it does. Let me look.
I'm gonna go. That's.
But they already did with the.
They've done one, yeah.
Fucking episode, yeah. Did they or didn't they? Ended with a to be continued. Sometimes when you're looking at Netflix and you pass over things, shit just blares into your headphones.
Oh wow, I didn't hear anything. That's cool.
No, it doesn't go through to your end because it doesn't. But it just all of a sudden it's right there. Yeah, to be part 1 and part 2. And then we got another one before. Oh, we got a while. I mean, it's coming up, but we got quite a few episodes before Abby dies.
Oh, well, that is good to know.
Which I wonder, now these names, I get why they did it, and maybe more so for the DVD sales, because that was probably the hot thing at the time as far as making money off a show, syndication, and also DVD sales.
And the music, they made a ton on the music, I bet.
Yes, but I mean as far as all the names of the episodes.
Oh, yeah.
When it just aired on regular TV, it's not like that popped up at the beginning of the episode.
Oh, what it's titled?
Yeah, maybe it was in like TV Guide.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I could think.
Yeah. Well, didn't we have the type of TV that showed you the guide at this time? You just couldn't record it.
We didn't live together. So
what?
No, yes, you could. Some did. Me? I thought you were when you started having satellite TV, but I didn't have that. At least in like '98 when this came out, because it was the episode. You know, we know Abby dies, but also the episode is called "Rest in Peace, Abby Morgan."
Yeah, you know.
And that, you know what though, she might die the episode before.
Is this our first time seeing Devin's character? Yeah, it is.
Who the fuck's Devin?
That's the character's name of this chick. She's in this 2 more times.
Oh, so maybe they do have a premiere.
Because you have, she's in the episode called Psychotic Friends and A Perfect Wedding.
I see. Well, until next time.
Not done yet. Dun, dun, dun.
Devin's coming back. We got a 2-parter coming up.
I'm excited. I'm Kim McVicar.
I'm Handren Seavey.
Woo woo.